And let's bring your event to life through content. Content is key, guys. All right. Next, for those who may not know or may know, tomorrow will be 9 years since my cancer diagnosis. And the Lord put it on my heart to start a nonprofit. So I founded a nonprofit last December, Team Robbins Divas Cancer Foundation. Oh, sorry. I clapped too late. Okay, carry on. So it's Team Robbins Divas Cancer Foundation. I don't know why I should clap along with that. And what it is me paying it forward to what was done for me 9 years ago tomorrow. Cancer care packages, being able to provide resources, be able to provide education, things like that, while a woman who is currently in treatment, because cancer is such an unpredictable phase. That lady got to deal with a lot already. And especially if you're doing it as a mother, you still got to raise your children while you over here dealing with treatment, chemo, radiation, all the things. So that's where Team Robbins Divas Cancer Foundation comes in. And we are a light in their world, that their unpredictable world at that moment. So Kesha will post the link in the moment to the website for you to know a little bit more. If you want to sow a seed into the nonprofit, feel free. Also, I am hosting, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I am hosting a kickoff event in Arlington, Texas, doing just that, to shed more light on the organization, to provide resources for everyone that wants to know more. Currently looking for partnerships and things like that for the nonprofits. So if you want to partner with a sister, reach out to me and let's talk, because this is doing something amazing for, again, a diva, because where no diva fights cancer alone. That's what this foundation is all about. And so I look forward to connecting with those who want to connect with me and learn more about the organization. And also, if you want to come and be in the room on March 8th, let me know. So I'll be happy to provide that information. And it's also on the website if you want to know more. Okay. All right. That's one of the events I kind of put out there, but we have plenty. So I'm going to talk about it in just a moment with my first guest. That's this Sunday. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Next event is on March 22nd. Save the date. Plano, Texas. Glow and Gather self-care event. I'm co-hosting it with another co-host in the Plano, Texas area. Discounted services on facials and things like that. So if you want to know more, grab your ticket. Glow and Gather, March 22nd, 1 p.m. Hope to see you in the room. All right. And for those who know the Mamapreneur brand, I host a brunch every month called the Mamapreneur Brunch, bringing ladies together from all over the Dallas-Fort Worth area, helping them build community connection and collaboration. And the March brunch is the Mamapreneur Her Story Brunch, because it is Women's History Month. And so it's my Women's History Month brunch, getting ladies together. And honey, the theme, the attire is coming, your flyest pantsuit. Every woman got a pantsuit lying around in their closet today. So March 28th, I think it's 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Let's let you know I host too many events to realize the time. 1 or 12 p.m. Plano, Texas. Grab your tickets. Be in the room. I'm only limiting that event to so many seats. So this is not the brunch you want to wait till the last minute to get a ticket. This is the brunch you want to go on and get your ticket, because once all slots are full for that March brunch, I'm closing registration for a reason. I'm keeping it very intimate for a reason. So March 28th, Plano, Texas. Hope to see you there. All right. Before I get to my first guest, for those who watch the show, you know that I love a good affirmation. I love when we speak life into ourselves. When you speak positive things happen. And since This is the love weekend, but we should always be loving on ourselves all the time. With this drum roll, we all, but we should always be loving on ourselves, speaking positive things to ourselves. Because if we don't speak positively, excuse me, to ourselves, who will? So say that again. All right. So if you got your pen, your paper, your notes section in your phone, the affirmations are your vibe. Feel free to jot these down. I got a few today for the sake of time. So it's a love-filled affirmation. I don't know why my hand is doing this. Whatever, hand. Yeah. Anyway, so I am deserving of love that doesn't require struggle. I'll say that again for the people in the back. I am deserving of love that doesn't require struggle. If it don't come with ease and flow, I don't want it. All right. I am worthy of love that feels safe, secure, and aligned. I am worthy of love that feels safe, secure, and aligned. I am open to being fully seen and chosen. I am open, to being fully seen and fully chosen. I am deserving of romance that feels intentional and mutual. I am deserving of romance that feels intentional and mutual. And lastly, I am aligned with a love story that reflects my true worth. I am aligned with a love story that truly reflects my worth. All right, that's it. Now you put the clap. You clap for me now. I just had to give her a hard time really quickly. All right. So before I bring on my first guest, audience, feel free to engage with us. Ask the guests questions so they can answer them live on air. If you got a question for me because you just love me so much, or a nice comment, you like the hat, whatever, feel free to chime in the comments. Of course, if you have questions, I want to make sure we get those answered live. Okay. All right. The first guest. Her name is KJ Blattenbauer. She is a powerhouse publicist who turns overlooked experts into headline news with nearly 30 years of experience. She's the go-to pro that she is, go-to pro when you're ready to stop being ignored and start owning the spotlight. Known for her bold yet approachable style, KJ delivers clear, actionable strategies that have been featured from everywhere from Forbes to Architectural Digest. Go, KJ. She's also the author of the DIY PR book, How to Be a Media Darling, and most recently, Pitchworthy, a modern guide to building lasting visibility and authority. And we want to give a happy birthday Eve to KJ Blattenbauer. Give her some clap in the chat. Come on, KJ. Did I lose KJ?
No, I'm right here.
Oh, I was like, where'd she go?
Hiding.
The joys of live, the joys of being live. I was like, where did that go? Okay. Look how she was going. I tend to be
Beautiful.
down. I know my background's being a hater right now.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much.
I had to show off just a little bit. KJ tomorrow will be turning 21 and some change.
Yep.
She'll take all forms of payment for her birthday. For her birthday. So KJ, well, you know I love you to pieces. So it's cool when you put your stuff out there as a business owner, and I'm always hosting something.
Mhm.
That's just what we do. If I didn't host nothing, I'll probably ask questions like, Robin, everything okay? And it's interesting when you invite them to your event and they show up. Then they show up, and not only do they show up as authentically as themselves, I think if people just gravitate to you.
I
It's
appreciate
just, and that's cool to hear the people that now that I've connected, that I'm connected with that know you now or have known you for some time, just the great things they say about you.
that. Aw, thank you. That's so nice. That's so
Just letting
kind.
you know, just, you're pretty cool.
Aw, thank
No
you.
one told you cool today. I did. Just
Thank
say
you.
it.
Thank you
But-
very much.
Of course. But tell everyone just the journey of what it took to get here today, this very moment. Pitchworthy, all the things.
Like the whole journey from the very beginning?
Well, you ain't got to talk about when you was 5, but you can go, just a little bit,
Sure. I mean, you know what? I grew up in a small town in North Dakota. I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I learned very early on that I love people's stories. And I love helping them tell their stories. I spent a lot of time in agency life doing public relations, in corporate America doing corporate relations. I've done crisis communication. I've worked with athletes and celebrities. My favorite thing to do is to work with entrepreneurs and small business owners because they have the best stories and they truly can use public relations quicker, more nimbly. Just it's easier for them to use the free channels publicity provides and PR provides to get their story out there. And I think they're the people that need their story told the most. It's the $0 to 6 or 7 figure earners that can benefit from being on someone else's podcast, being on someone else's show like this, being on the evening news. And a lot of times they're so busy working in their business, they don't know how to tell their story. So it's the reason why I wrote Pitchworthy, to help them, to break down public relations, to demystify it, to give you the simple steps to take you from, I have no idea what to talk about, to literally a powerhouse publicist yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I love about what your approach on things, it's, hey, A, B, and C, go do it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't tap dance around it. You're a straight shooter like myself, which I love. And so talk about Pitchworthy really quickly. So talk about the chapter that might have been, I don't want to say the hardest to write, but you were like, you had to sit and kind of ponder a little bit before you finished that chapter.
For me, I think the chapter that's the hardest to write is probably the chapter about social media trolls, and dealing with negative criticism. Because I think so many people hold back promoting themselves, talking about their business, putting themselves out there, or going to networking events because they're so worried about what other people think. And if you put me on a scale of Gandhi to 50 Cent, I'm probably as petty as 50 Cent is. Like, I want to clap back. I want to defend my friends, like I'm full of little quips that can really get under your skin. Like, I'm a master of words. But I think that there's a time and place for that. When you're growing a business, when you're growing a brand, you really have to take a step back and you have to think, is this even worth responding to? Is this even, I'm not going to punch down. This person doesn't have a valid complaint. Or sometimes, does this person have a valid complaint? And how do I move forward from it? And so I think there was care that had to be involved in that chapter. But you also have to approach it from a way that doesn't scare people away from ever putting themselves out there. So I'd say that was probably one of the hardest chapters of the book. Everything else is what I've used for almost 30 years helping walk my clients through. It's at this point, it's muscle memory for me. It's like, we do this, then we do this, then we do that. So it's very simple. But the chapter about how do you handle negative criticism? How do you handle a bad review? Does this even require response? What do you do in a crisis? I think that chapter was the hardest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and with one piece you wrote about, which I am all things pitching.
Mhm.
Um, we should always be pitching. We
Always.
should always be pitching. I don't care if somebody say, man, she always talking about her business.
Mhm.
Shut up. You never know who's in the room that may need the business
Right.
opportunity. So it is okay to pitch yourself. So talk about the importance
Mhm.
of pitching and why it's okay to pitch what you do, because you got to pitch any business you got.
Yeah.
Anytime you sell something, that's still a pitch.
Right, right. Well, I think anytime you introduce yourself to someone, send an email, post something on LinkedIn, post things on social media, you're pitching yourself, whether you think you are or not. You're putting yourself out there for people to either be attracted to you or repelled by you. And you only want to attract the people that matter. That's what the goal is. Pitching is so important because whether you have a restaurant or a boutique, whether you offer online services, whether you're trying to fund an app or some sort of startup, no one can buy from you, help you, assist you, donate to your cause if they don't know you exist. You have to pitch. So many people think that they're going to build a business, launch a website, have an event. They're just going to put it out there one time, like build a website and the people will come. And that's not how it works.
Yep.
Sadly, in this day and age, there's so much noise. Just having the product, just having the service, just doing the work, it's not enough to attract your people. You have to go shine a spotlight on what you're doing. And when you make it less about like you as the person, you that might get judged, and you approach it for the reason why you created that product, why you founded that restaurant, why you created that brand or the boutique, whatever it is. You did it because you saw something missing in the marketplace. You wanted to help a certain group of people, or you wanted to help a loved one and you saw something missing for them. Apply that same care of the wanting to come from a place of service to your target audience. You are put on this earth to serve. Go serve your people. And you can't serve them if you don't tell them, hey, I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to solve this problem for you. That's all that
Mhm.
pitching is, being really passionate about what you do and sharing it with the people that you can help make a difference for.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think my next question would be for you. How has PR changed? But since you started, with the exception of social media, how has PR changed tremendously over the past almost 30 years?
Well, I mean, I started doing public relations before the internet was a thing. So for me, it's changed dramatically in that now everything is instant. Um, but truly, public relations hasn't changed since 1860 when it was invented to help promote the circus. The same tenets still apply. This is how you promote yourself. This is how you pitch yourself. Here's how you spin a concept. It really is the basics. The only thing that's changed is now you have to be very clear. People have an attention span less than a goldfish. It's less than 6 seconds. You need to immediately tell them, here's who I am, here's what I do, here's why it matters to you, target audience, and here's why it matters right now. The people who win, who you see online, who you see featured, who you see take off, they have mastered that very clear. Clarity beats anything all the time because there's just so much noise out there. And I think that's the biggest way that public relations has changed. You have to be very clear with your message and very clear about where you want to go to meet your target audience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, with what you do today, tell someone why they would need a PR rep representing them for their business. Give a couple reasons why they should have someone representing them with PR.
I mean, we already talked about it. If you're so busy in your business and you need the right people to find you, you're busy building the business. You don't have time to be promoting yourself. But no one can fund your startup, fund your app, come into your restaurant, shop your boutique, buy your products or services if they don't know you exist. So many people wait too long till they're 6 or 7 figures, till they think they're famous, they have a certain number of followers, until they're a celebrity. Public relations should be top of funnel. When you're starting your business, when you're forming your LLC, when you're getting your URL, when you're making sure your social media handles, you should also be thinking about, okay, how am I publicly promoting and positioning my business? That's public relations. You need eyeballs on you to survive. You got to make sure they're the right ones. And public relations helps with that.
Awesome. And then, do you work with people all over the country, or do they have to be in Texas?
No, I work with people all over the world, actually. I basically am an online service provider. I can talk in any time zone. I can meet you where you're at. We do a lot of things electronically. I have clients that I go meet with in person. I have clients who I've only met virtually. I just work with everyone's schedule because, again, I think public relations goes across borders, it goes across languages, and it really is the simple act of promoting your business to the people that you can assist and help.
Absolutely. So, besides, well, I'm gonna be Vanna for you all night. Besides Pitchworthy, what's next for Hearsay PR?
Well, I just launched the counterpart to Pitchworthy, which is the white version. And it's going to be the step-by-step workbook that walks you through literally everything I've learned in almost 30 years of public relations to help you be your own publicist, build your own brand. It takes the pink book another level, where the pink book walks you through the steps, help you to understand publicity. The white version is literally the exercises that are going to take you there. You promote yourself, forget about what you're doing.
I love it. Give us an action item. That's what I said. That's one thing I told you I love about you. You know, like, here's the steps. Go. Do it.
Yep.
Act on it. Take action. So,
yeah.
I
mean, you can't, publicity moves really fast. The news moves really fast. The world of being an entrepreneur moves really fast. And when people want tools, you have to give them the right tools to do it. And so in going through the book tour, I was approached by people like they'd broken the spine on their books. They had writing on every page. They had the exercises done. They had Post-its on top of Post-its of notes they'd taken. They're like, could just use more exercises. And so I took a weekend 2 weeks after the book went live, and we put out the workbook, and it went to bestseller status within an hour. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing how well both books have been received. But I really didn't think in 2026 I'd have 2 best-selling books within 2 weeks, and it's just been amazing.
Yay. Before we close out, this Sunday, KJ and I are hosting a Galentine's event here in the DFW area. It's in Frisco, Texas. Registration is about to close, and wanted to do a little plug for KJ and I before I let KJ go. KJ, tell the people what they can expect. I wish I had my mic in front of you. Tell the people what they can expect, KJ.
First of all, it's going to be amazing, right? We're at a content studio. What do you all need? Content. We'll be there to help you provide that. It's going to be a brunch. Who doesn't like food and fun? I mean, obviously. Wonderful women celebrating Galentine's Day. We're going to have amazing giveaways. We have amazing speakers. You're going to learn stuff. You're going to get stuff. You're going to get gifted stuff, which who doesn't love that? Like, we all need to be spoiled after Valentine's Day, right? And then it's a bunch of great women in one group. Plus, I've heard there'll be mimosas. So, I'm going to be celebrating a belated birthday there. And it's just a fantastic time with fantastic people. I've had the pleasure of going to quite a few of your events, and I'm always impressed by not only the size of the crowds that's there, but the depth of the crowd, not just in terms of people, but in the quality of the connections, the community that you're building. And so I'm very, very excited for Sunday and Galentine's with your group.
Thanks, Fran. Thank you. Yes, I'm excited. I'm just excited to pour into the ladies, to spoil the ladies. If you come to a Mamapreneur event, you don't walk out empty-handed. I'm always giving away something. I'm making sure there's quality. She just said it, quality people in the room. But you got to be in the room to see what's going to happen. Some surprises. There's a lot going on, but you must be in the room. So Kesha just posted the link. Registration closes tonight. Please make sure you get your ticket because registration closes. I hope to see you there. Shout out to the ladies that have already registered. I can't wait to love on you. All right, KJ, tell the people how you can be followed, where they can get Pitchworthy right now, and all the things. Go.
Sure. Pitchworthy is available anywhere books are sold. I would run to Amazon. You can get both the regular book and the workbook. You can also get them on my website, hearsaypr.com. That's HEARSAY PR.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at KJ Blattenbauer.
Thank you so much, KJ. Have a happy 21st and some change birthday tomorrow. And I get to love on you on Sunday. You have a great rest of the night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Y'all give KJ some hand claps in the chat. All right. Isn't she amazing? All right. So next is the Kendra Beavis. So Kendra Beavis is the founder and CEO of Mocha, Moka, Creative and Eve Academy, host of Tribe of Unicorns, and has an upcoming book coming out, Afterlight. With over 25 years of experience, she's built nationally recognized category defining brands by blending visionary strategy with elevated design. What started as a business success evolved into a bigger mission, helping entrepreneurs create soul-aligned success from the inside out. Today, Kendra leads transformative experiences that fuse mindset, energy, boundaries, and immersive gatherings to expand both leadership and life. Her mission is simple: empower people to live bold, aligned, and unapologetic lives. Ladies and gents and ladies, Kendra Beavis.
Hi.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I just bought KJ's book.
Right. Hold on.
I can't wait.
I try not to highlight that thing to death. Get ready. You're going to be like, yes. Because you're in the branding world.
Yeah.
So if you're like us that love branding and all things surrounding it, you're like, yeah. Yep, that's good. Up. I'm using that. All right. So, Kendra, I know I just gave a little tidbit about you and who you are and the brand and all the things, but tell me, I love the journey, the process. So tell me the journey, what led you to where you are now, entrepreneur-wise.
Oh my goodness. I think I kind of always wanted to run my own business. I grew up in a family-owned deli kind of thing. It actually started out as cows and milk and all of that. So we've always called it the dairy, but it ended up being a convenience store. And watching my father and my uncle work together, and I just saw how you could really create a life outside of the boundaries of being in a 9-to-5 corporate office. So I did end up working in Manhattan for quite some time, and it was just not for me. And I wanted to do business in a different way. I felt like what I was seeing was really inhuman. I got a book of prefixes and affixes, and that's how we named companies at like major branding companies. And I was like, where is like the passion behind the business? What do they stand for? Why do they exist? Like, it was so impersonal. So I left. I started Mocha almost 25 years ago, and haven't looked back since.
Amazing. That's amazing. So talk about the importance of having a brand and sticking to that brand and being consistent in that brand.
I mean, it's what people will come to recognize you for. And, you know, you've seen big brands, Coke, Apple, over their lifetimes as a company, they've shifted, but like Apple's not now all of a sudden banana. You know, we saw what happened with Twitter and X, right? That causes confusion. So it's really important to try and stay as consistent as possible. Of course, when you're especially a solopreneur, or it's a personal brand, it's going to change with you. So, you know, let it be malleable. But people will begin to recognize your tone, your visual tone. So you really want to make sure that when you're starting out, you have a pretty solid idea of how you want to show up. And the best way to do that is make sure that it's very close to who you actually are. Because if you make something that's really outside of yourself, it's never going to feel right. And I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs change their brand over and over again. And usually that's the reason why.
Or they're watching other people and they're like, all right, well, this person's doing that. Yo, let me go do that too. And then it doesn't work. Or, you know, and people can see that, like, oh, I don't think that's Kendra talking.
Right.
You know,
and nobody can copy you. You know, I've talked to women who are like, well, what if they steal my ideas? They can steal your ideas till the cows come home. but they can't steal who you are. And people don't want to work with a faceless brand. They don't want to work with, a service. They want to work with a person. So if you are making that the essence of your brand, that's irreplaceable. Nobody can copy that.
Absolutely. I was just talking to someone because they were posting that's what their posts like, all things faceless, didn't want to show their face. I'm scared to be interviewed. I'm scared to be on camera. And so I'm always telling people, you are the face of the brand. People need to see who you are. You are the face of the brand. You can post your watch, because this was a person, they had an Apple Watch. And so they would post them writing stuff, and it was pertaining to their brand, but you never saw their face. It was always their Apple Watch and them writing whatever the message was. I was like, at some point, you're going to show your face, right? Because she's talking about she wants to be on the podcast. But I'm like, well, hey, you got to show your face for the podcast. Yeah. She's like, oh, well, I'm a faceless brand. I said, faceless is cool to an extent. It's only going to get you so far. Yeah. And so when you mentioned, I'm like, yeah, just had a conversation with the girl about the same thing, but that's what she wants her brand to be. And so I'm not knocking that. It's just at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a choice. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on your service too, and what your business is offering. But if it's a service-based business, for sure, somebody wants to see who they're working with.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How has the branding game changed for you since coming in? I'll ask you what I asked KJ with PR. Same for you.
Since the beginning, or just these last couple of years? Because
since the beginning till now, how the change? Which big change have you noticed?
I think just a lot more, not even just women, but solopreneurs coming in, people that wouldn't have necessarily maybe known where to start, or had it's just so much less of you don't need a ton of funding to start a business. So, I just see a lot more people trying different things and coming into creative entrepreneur space, especially, which is really exciting to me. I think anyone that wants to have a business that has something that they can sell should. It's been the most incredible change or choice I've ever made in my life. So I love to see, especially women who maybe have gotten out of a tough situation and need an income, to see people being able to figure that out, and become thriving business owners and not have to depend on somebody else financially. Like, that's exciting. So I'm seeing a lot more faces, and people trying to figure it out themselves, especially with the generation of AI. A lot of that can help you when you are starting out and don't have any real income coming in yet. There's tons of tools. YouTube itself, I mean, you could really learn anything here. So it's nice to see that.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this book that you have coming out. Give us a little tidbit on what the book is about and when it comes out.
Okay. So mid-March, pending no other things blowing up around me. But so it's called Afterlight, and it's about that transitional space that after you've come through something and you're past all the drama, but now you're like, okay, who am I? What do I want to do with my life now? You might have a lot of freedom that you didn't have before. And it can almost feel like overwhelming that you have so many choices. And some people get really intimidated by that. And Afterlight is meant to show you the opportunity, that there's limitless possibilities, and kind of guide you through the process of really rebranding yourself. I took a lot of the branding experience that I've had in working with corporate and applying that to personal growth. And so you'll see a lot of those lessons in the book. My hope is, to help people feel like this is a new lease on life and a new beginning, and not starting over.
All right. Well, I love that. So you said March. Okay. Awesome. Let everyone know how they can follow you, how they can get their pre, their pre-book, pre-orders, all the
Sure.
things.
So I have a link that I shared earlier. I don't know if
It should
Kesha's
be
going to
popping up in a
share
moment.
that.
Yeah.
And then I just put the Think Mocha website. Think Mocha is my branding site. If anyone is in need of a brand or a consultation, please feel free to connect with us. And Afterlight, that link there is in the chat. And if you send me your email, I will let you know when it goes up and it's ready.
Awesome. I see the cat says, "Hey, let me
she's
get my
excited
close
about it.
up." I feel you, kitty. What's cat's name? What's kitty cat's name?
This one's Ophelia. Not related to the Taylor song. I got it before that.
I love it. Well, Kendra, thank you so much for being a
Thank you
part
for having me,
of
Robin.
tonight's episode. I can't wait to connect more. And I know I got to talk to you about some branding stuff, but I
Sounds
love
good.
what you're doing. So we got to chat. So
Thank you.
have a great night and we will talk soon. Everyone give Kendra some claps in the chat. Give her some claps in the chat. Thank you, Kendra. All right. Last but not least, we have a cool little segment that's coming up. So I got two money ladies coming, the money women's coming. So I like to call this segment the Get Your Money Right segment. Get your money right segment. Okay. First, her name is Jen Verser. She is the money mentor and certified life coach who believes that when money is in the hands of women, more good is done in this world. She works at the intersection of financial strategy and mindset, helping women understand why they spend the way they do, rewrite inherited money stories, and realign their financial choices with their true desires. Her work is rooted in clarity, intention, and building wealth that feels aligned and sustainable. Next, I have Dawn Marcotte. I hope I'm saying your last name right, Dawn. Is on a mission to redefine what it means to age, retire, and live with purpose. She challenges the outdated narrative that legacy is measured by money alone, believing instead that true impact is found in the lives we influence and connections we cultivate. She is an author, speaker, and coach. Ladies and gents, give them some claps in the chat. Jen Verser and Don, I hope I'm saying your last name right. Marcotte. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Okay, I can mess a name up, Don. I really can. I want to make sure. First off, ladies, thank you so much for being here. It was so interesting. I said I wanted to have a money segment just to talk about money. We have entrepreneurs on that watch, and then we have people, professional ladies, men as well, that everybody may not be so knowledgeable of financial things, literacy, retirement, things like that. And so I was like, you two would be cool to bring together. And I got some rapid fire questions in a moment, but really quickly, I want you both to I know I gave a little tidbit about you, but I want you to tell us a little bit more about yourselves. So I'm going to go with Dawn first. Dawn, wow the people. Go.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Robin. I'm excited.
Put your mic up a little bit more, Dawn.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
There you go.
Hear me now? All righty. I was trying to hide it so it's not so obvious. But anyway, I am so excited to be here. As you mentioned, I'm an author, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a coach. Right now, I'm focusing on helping people who are approaching retirement figure out how to live retirement. We spend so much time and energy saving our money, and then we retire and we don't know what to do with that money. We to her Kendra that just who just spoke, talking about all this freedom after a trauma. The same thing happens when you retire. You go from that 9 to 5 to, oh my gosh, I have 40 hours a week. What do I do with 40 hours a week? So that's my focus right now, is helping people figure that out for themselves so they can live a life that's filled with passion and purpose and maybe a little bit of adventure now and again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. All right. Jen, how's life? Tell us about it.
Life is awesome. I have been in the coaching game for a very long time. I started out as a swimming coach while I was teaching, while I was getting my degree in elementary education. And the more I loved coaching, the more I just loved the interactions with the people. It wasn't even about being on the pool deck. And I actually spoke with a team member that I coached, and I told him I wanted to be a life coach. And he said, Jen, you have to do that. And every person that I talk to, every client that I've had, we've always come back to money again and again and again. Something has come up about money. And I was very fortunate. I grew up in an entrepreneurial house, similar to Kendra. Both of my parents own their own businesses, and they always taught me about money. So it's something that's been in my soul for my whole life. So to be able to help people understand their money, see where they can use it to their advantage, understand that it's not bad, that numbers are not a judgment, that they are just information, that has been just such an ultimate joy for me. And I love talking to women about money and helping them understand that they can have the lives that they want, and the money is there to support them.
I love that. I love that. Okay. So glad you both are here. All right, ladies. Got some rapid fire pew-pew questions for you. All surrounding all things money, retirement, wealth, and fun. What's the most common inherited money story you see a woman carrying? Common inherited money story. I love Dawn's face. She's like,
Oh boy. I think the most common thing that I have run into, and part of this is cultural, we're not taught as women how to manage money, how to do anything with money. And so all of a sudden we maybe have a lot of it, and not necessarily in a bank. It could be stocks, bonds, IRAs, all kinds of things, with no idea what to do or how to do. Or I think that's probably the most common thing that I run into anyway, is just that, and lack of confidence to figure it out.
right.
Yeah. We are currently experiencing the greatest wealth transfer in history. Women are getting more money in their hands than they ever have had, due to inheritance, due to separations, due to being entrepreneurial and having energetic spirits around money. But just like Dawn said, they don't know what to do with it. And that is a huge part of the reason. That was the driving factor that made me say, I have to focus on coaching women about money, because especially when you get that lump sum, what do I do with it? Do I spend it? Do I save it? It's an investment. I don't know how to invest. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. That is the most important. Take a moment, take a beat, ask for help.
Yep. It's okay to ask for help. You heard it first, ladies and gents. All right. Something I always hear, and I think people want to intertwine them together. Difference between being rich and wealthy. Anybody can go.
I love this. I love this question. I've heard it go both ways. I have a friend who says the opposite of what I say, but my feeling is that being rich is having tons of money. That's like my first thought. But being wealthy is being able to be happy in your life. I truly feel you can have no money in the bank and feel wealthy in your life, because you're fulfilled and you have family and you enjoy things. That is wealth.
Yes.
And rich is money.
Absolutely. Dawn, you good?
Said it better. I couldn't have said it better. That was exactly what I was thinking. So
Yes, absolutely. All right. Dawn, I'm gonna hand this one over to you.
Okay.
I'm asking you the $100,000 question. No. Biggest myth you hear when it comes to retirement?
That it will be a never-ending vacation. That is what we have been sold. That's what the financing industry has sold us on, that you're going to retire and it's going to be great because you get to have fun forever and ever. But I don't know about anybody in your audience. I am of an age bracket that at summer, I was home for the summer, right? When I was a kid. The beginning of summer, it was really exciting. 3 months in, bored out of my mind. Same thing happens when you retire. And if you're not ready for it, it can be really devastating to some people to have that much freedom and not know what to do. And again, culturally, nobody's going to tell you, you need to figure out a purpose. You need to have hobbies. You need whatever it is. Culturally, you're just expected to be quiet, fade into the background, and just have fun. So yeah, that's the biggest myth, that it's going to be this never-ending fun vacation, and we don't have to think about it anymore, because that's just not the way it works.
Got it. Okay. Jen, you want to add anything? Did she say?
Yeah. Well, coming from, I'm not ready to retire, probably not for another 25 years or so. I don't think that we put enough emphasis on how important it is to prepare for that retirement. My parents are collecting Social Security. They're having great money coming in from Social Security. They paid into it for a long time. By the time I retire, there's not going to be much of that left.
No, neither of us.
Right. And so I literally ran the numbers earlier this week with my friend ChatGPT and just inquired, if I'm going to live to be 100, which is very possible, what do I need just for myself, not including my husband, to be able to, if I assume that I'm not getting any Social Security, just to be able to take care of myself. And if I need advanced care in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to need over $4 million. $4 million if I'm going to have any kind of nursing care. That's a lot of money. And if I don't, I've been saving since I was 18, but if we're not saving, we're not going to make it. And we can't bet that the government's going to take care of us. So Absolutely. It's a really important topic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Some friends and I were talking about that with Social Security. I'm like, we're going to be working till we're 80, jokingly. But at the same time, I'm like, because what's Social Security? Will we have by then? Who knows? Even those today that have it, that they're retired and they're living off of that, some of those folks are going and working part-time jobs still, because of how much everything has gone up in price and stuff. And so it's not enough to fully sustain you.
It's not.
Yeah. So fun times. Someone right now who could be watching, and they are the mere thought of saving of any kind, retirement, 401k, Roth IRA, whatever, saving for a house, any of that, they are extremely overwhelmed. They don't know where to start. What's the first thing you tell them?
The first thing that I would tell them is start small and pay yourself first. Make it automatic so you don't have to think about it. If your company offers a 401k, contribute. Even if it's 1% of your paycheck.
Yep. Some companies match too, so that's cool too on the flip side. So
absolutely. Always, if your company matches, do your best to make that company match, because then you're getting 50% free money from them.
Yep. Thank you, Jen. Dawn?
I think I would agree with that. I think the only thing I would add to that is, if you find that you just don't think you have, any extra wiggle room anywhere in your finances, it's time to maybe sit down and really look at what are you exactly spending money on, and understand the difference between wants and needs. That $5 cup of coffee every morning might not be an actual need, and I kind of pick on that, but even if it's just a couple of bucks a week that you can save and toss in a jar, that's a start.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What is next for Dawn, retirement coach, author extraordinaire?
Well, I am working on a speaking tour, actually, to promote my most recent book. And I am speaking to senior centers a lot. So that's been a lot of fun to just hear the feedback from people who are living it. I really enjoy that. And I am working on launching an online class through you can get through my website in order to help people prepare for retirement.
Oh, that's amazing. Speaking tour. What was the name of the book?
Filling the blank page, how to build a retirement of passion and purpose.
Okay, got it. Got it. All right. Thank you, Dawn. All right. Jen, all the things. Let me know what's coming up.
Well, I am live on Facebook at 12:15 Eastern, Monday through Friday. So I would love people to pop in, drop me questions there. I love talking about money. And I am growing my business. I just started this adventure about 8 months ago, and I am just loving this venture. I am loving getting my face out. It was so interesting hearing you talking to the other two ladies about being out in front of people. And I love being with people. I love talking to people. So this avenue is just so exciting for me. And I can't wait to be speaking to people and just educating about finances and money.
That's amazing. Yes. Speak to the people. Talk to the people. It's okay. All right. Ladies, before we close out, let everyone know how they can find you.
The best way to find me is probably my website, which is dawnmarcotte.com. And I'm also on LinkedIn quite a bit. Same Dawn Marcotte, and quite a bit of information out there if you're curious to learn more about what I'm doing.
Awesome. Thank you, Dawn. Jen.
I am Jen Verser everywhere. I'm jenverser.com. I'm Jen_Verser on Instagram and Jen Verser on Facebook and LinkedIn. And like I said, I'm live Monday through Friday at 12:15 on Facebook.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 103 of the Mamapreneur podcast. I hope that you enjoyed all the ladies tonight in their glory. Make sure if you're here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and if you haven't bought your ticket yet for Mamapreneur Galentine's, this is your final sign to get your ticket today, so me and KJ can see you in person and love on you. Also, if you're interested in being a guest on the show, like these ladies just did, make sure you get with me via DM so I can talk more how you could be on stage just like these ladies. And thank you so much for being here with us. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good night.